In the cold silence of space, an ancient mystery hidden beneath Earth's ice is about to unravel. Thought extinct for 5,000 years, humanity's survival wasn't a stroke of luck, it was a calculated plan. Now, as their dormant technology awakens and their civilization rises from the frozen depths, the galaxy faces an unimaginable truth. Humanity isn't just alive, it's more advanced than ever before. As the first contact looms, one question remains. Will the galaxy welcome humanity as a powerful ally or fear them as a force of domination? The story begins with the Sci-Fi exploration vessel orbiting Earth, a planet long thought to be frozen and devoid of life. High Marshal Valen and her crew are tasked with investigating planets throughout the galaxy, cataloging those that have succumbed to extinction. As the vessel completes its first few orbital passes around Earth, the sensors detect nothing but vast sheets of ice covering the planet's surface, confirming their expectation that this world, like many others, has been abandoned by life. Earth appears to be just another casualty of the Great Darkness, an event that occurred 5,000 cycles ago when the planet's star temporarily dimmed, plunging Earth into a catastrophic cold snap that wiped out its indigenous species. From the perspective of the Sci-Fi, Earth is a planet that has no further interest. The historical records, carefully cataloged and studied by the galactic explorers, are clear on Earth's fate. It was once home to a primitive species known as humans, who had shown early promise in technological development. However, these humans were also uniquely vulnerable to the extreme temperature drop caused by the Great Darkness. Unable to adapt to the sudden and drastic changes in their environment, they perished. Their civilization crumbled, and the planet, once a vibrant home to life, fell silent. Valen, as the leader of the mission, feels a sense of disappointment. She expected nothing more than another lifeless world to be cataloged and quickly forgotten. Valen's reaction encapsulates the prevailing view of Earth in galactic history. It was a world that had succumbed to the forces of nature, leaving behind only the frozen remnants of a forgotten species. The planet's history, known to the Galactic Council and other spacefaring species, paints Earth as a tragic story. A planet that had failed to cope with a natural disaster too powerful for even the most intelligent species to survive. Earth, along with its long-lost inhabitants, is presumed to be nothing more than a footnote in the annals of galactic history. However, as Valen prepares to move on to the next world in their exploration mission, an unexpected anomaly occurs, setting the stage for a revelation that will change everything. This point serves as the setup for the larger narrative, introducing Earth as a seemingly insignificant, cold world, setting the stage for the later discovery that everything humanity once thought about Earth's demise was based on flawed assumptions. As the Sci-Fi exploration vessel continues its orbital scans, Junior Technician Rex detects an unusual energy signature beneath the thick layers of ice that cover Earth. This discovery is unexpected, as the planet has long been considered a lifeless world, its icy surface a testament to its harsh, uninhabitable environment. Rex's sensors are picking up something faint but unusual, an energy reading emanating from deep beneath the ice sheet covering Antarctica. The young technician's antennae twitch with surprise, signaling that this energy signature doesn't match anything they've seen on previous missions. For Valen, this anomaly is puzzling. The historical records they rely on are clear. No life or advanced technology could have survived the catastrophic cooling of the planet during the Great Darkness. Humanity, the once dominant species, was considered extinct, wiped out by the extreme cold. Valen's initial reaction is skepticism. She questions whether the readings could be caused by residual radiation or some leftover effect from the planet's primitive activities, such as from old, decommissioned human fishing plants or other rudimentary infrastructure. These thoughts reflect her doubt that there could be anything significant beneath the ice, especially something that could indicate survival or technological preservation. However, despite her doubts, Valen understands the importance of adhering to protocol. The Sci-Fi have a strict directive to investigate any and all anomalies, regardless of their perceived significance. This is the nature of their exploratory mission, cataloging and documenting every world they encounter. If something unusual is detected, they are obligated to investigate. Valen orders the probe to be deployed, giving her crew clear instructions to investigate the anomaly further. The probe is launched toward the ice sheet, descending into the frozen landscape. It is specially designed with a heated shell capable of melting through the dense ice, allowing it to travel down through kilometers of ancient frost. As the probe makes its descent, the temperature readings drop drastically, and the instruments begin to struggle against the extreme cold, but the mission continues. The team, led by Valen, is now on the edge of a significant discovery, an anomaly that may change their understanding of Earth entirely. Rex's surprise grows as the probe draws closer to the energy source, confirming that something far more complex and intriguing is hidden beneath the ice. This marks a pivotal moment in the story, where the ordinary mission to document Earth's demise turns into an exploration of a hidden mystery that could lead to a far more profound revelation about humanity's fate. The anomaly is more than just a curiosity. It's the first sign that Earth might not be the dead world it appeared to be, setting the stage for the unfolding mystery of humanity's survival. As the Zek-Theri exploration vessel's probe continues its descent, the unexpected nature of its findings begins to unfold. The ice is melting away in the path of the heated probe, and the cameras begin to transmit images back to the ship. What the crew sees is beyond belief. An enormous, perfectly preserved structure buried deep beneath the ice. This is no ordinary relic, as the probe reveals a vast, intact complex made from gleaming metal and advanced composite materials. To the shock and awe of Valen and her crew, this structure is not only well-preserved, but also seemingly operational. The first impression of this discovery is one of disbelief. The Zek-Theri had expected to find evidence of a cold, lifeless world, a world where nothing could have survived the planetary freeze. They had prepared to document Earth as another casualty of nature's destructive power, yet what the probe uncovers challenges every assumption. Instead of an abandoned world of ruins, the crew uncovers a facility that seems to be not just intact, but actively awaiting use. The materials are unfamiliar in their precision, and the architecture of the complex suggests a level of technology that should not have been possible at the time of humanity's supposed extinction. Junior Technician Rex is the first to voice the implications of the discovery, his voice trembling with astonishment. "It's some kind of facility," he reports, barely able to comprehend what he's seeing. His words are soon followed by a realization that sends shockwaves through the crew. It's still active. This revelation creates an atmosphere of awe and confusion. How could this facility, buried for thousands of years beneath layers of ice, still be operational? Valen is immediately struck by the gravity of the situation. This is no simple abandoned complex. It's something far more advanced, preserved in a way that defies the harsh conditions of the planet's frozen surface. Valen, ever the pragmatic leader, tries to process this discovery logically, but the only explanation that seems plausible is one that was previously unimaginable. Humanity had somehow survived. She briefly entertains the thought that this structure could have been an outlier, perhaps a leftover research facility or a failed experiment of some kind. But as the probe sensors scan the area further, something else becomes clear. The complexity of this facility suggests that it was deliberately constructed and maintained by an intelligent species, one that had the knowledge and means to defy the odds of planetary extinction. This discovery shakes Valen's faith in the historical records. Everything she knew about Earth and its history suddenly seems questionable. The presumed extinction of humanity no longer seems like the certainty it once was. The facility's existence suggests that Earth's story was far more complicated than originally believed. Humanity, it seems, had been preparing for something much larger than simply surviving the cold snap. The facility's preservation technology is beyond anything the Zek-Theri had anticipated, leading Valen to wonder if the humans who once lived here had known the coming disaster and had made extraordinary efforts to endure it. As the team continues to study the structure, they are left to consider what this discovery means for the future. Not only is the facility active, but it represents a beacon of hope, or perhaps a terrifying new chapter for the galaxy. The implications of this discovery will soon unfold, as Valen and her crew realize that they have just stumbled upon one of the greatest mysteries of their mission: humanity's survival, hidden beneath layers of ice, waiting for the right moment to re-emerge. As the Zek-Theres probe continues its investigation of the strange, ancient facility beneath the ice, the situation takes an unexpected and dramatic turn. As the probe approaches the structure, something happens that no one aboard the exploration vessel could have predicted. The facility's external defenses activate. The crew watches in stunned silence as a pulse of electromagnetic energy surges upward from the facility, briefly disrupting the probe's systems. The sudden surge of power and electromagnetic interference causes the probe's data stream to flicker, and the transmission becomes temporarily distorted. For a few tense moments, the crew is left in uncertainty, unsure of whether the probe has been destroyed or if it is still functional. When the feed finally stabilizes, the crew is confronted with an even more astonishing sight. The ice, which had previously encased the facility like a tomb, begins to shift. Massive hydraulic systems come to life within the structure, and the ice surrounding the facility begins to be pushed aside, revealing the full extent of the complex hidden beneath. This sudden movement, mechanical, controlled, and deliberate, defies all expectations. How could such a complex be designed to survive for thousands of years beneath layers of ice, only to be activated at this very moment? The crew is left grappling with the impossible. The facility is awakening. For Valen and her crew, this is a pivotal moment that significantly raises the stakes. The fact that the facility systems are not only intact, but actively defending itself and reactivating its infrastructure indicates a level of preparation that far exceeds anything they had imagined. This was no ordinary facility. It is a technological marvel, engineered with defensive capabilities that suggest an awareness of potential threats and the ability to protect itself from unwanted intrusion. The electromagnetic pulse emitted by the facility is a clear sign that it had been designed with an intelligence far beyond what was previously believed to exist on Earth. Valen, still struggling to comprehend the enormity of what is unfolding, whispers impossible, her voice laced with disbelief. The history of Earth's supposed extinction had always painted a picture of a species that failed to adapt to the cold snap and perished. Yet, what she is witnessing now contradicts everything she knew. This is not a primitive civilization's last, desperate attempt at survival. It is a demonstration of advanced technology, an active defense system that should not be here, not after thousands of years. The reveal of this active defense system pushes the mystery even further, leading Valen to the unavoidable conclusion that humanity's so-called extinction was not a result of natural disaster. Instead, these humans had anticipated the crisis and had prepared for it on an extraordinary scale. The defense system, the activation of the hydraulic mechanisms, and the sophisticated technology now unfolding before their eyes all point to one truth. Humanity had somehow anticipated the great darkness and had made the strategic decision to survive by building facilities to preserve their species until conditions on Earth improved. At this point, Valen and her crew are not just discovering an ancient artifact. They are witnessing a living remnant of humanity's most audacious and successful survival strategy. The facility's defense systems have essentially announced that humanity is not extinct. They have merely been waiting, preparing for the right moment to return. What began as a routine exploration mission has now turned into a race to understand the true nature of humanity's survival and what impact their reemergence will have on the galaxy. As the Zek-Theres exploration crew watches in awe, the ice surrounding the ancient facility continues to part, revealing a vast, sprawling complex far beyond anything the crew could have expected. What was once thought to be a cold, lifeless planet is now the setting of a miraculous discovery. An entire civilization, preserved beneath layers of ice for thousands of years, is awakening. As the facility's internal systems come online, the full scale of humanity's survival plan becomes clear. This is no ordinary survival bunker or simple refuge. It is a well-planned, highly sophisticated structure that is far beyond the level of technology that the Zek-Theres had been led to believe Earth's inhabitants ever reached. The crew is left dumbfounded as they continue to monitor the probe's findings. The complex is not just functional, it is alive. Environmental systems long dormant are roaring back to life, powering up after millennia of stillness. Heat radiates from countless thermal vents, and machinery hums with renewed energy. This is not the work of a primitive species simply clinging to survival. This is the result of advanced, highly engineered systems built with the intent to ensure humanity's continued existence. As the probe's cameras scan further, they detect an even more extraordinary sight. Rows upon rows of stasis pods, each one occupied. These pods are carefully beginning to reactivate, their systems firing up one by one in perfect synchronization. The crew begins to understand the full scope of what they're witnessing. Humanity didn't just survive the harsh conditions of the Great Darkness, they had planned for it. Instead of succumbing to the ice and cold, they had prepared for this eventuality by constructing vast underground arcs designed to preserve their civilization through the worst of the planetary freeze. Humanity had not simply outlived the cold snap. They had predicted it, and in doing so, they had turned a potential extinction event into a long-term strategy for their species' preservation. Rex, still processing the magnitude of the discovery, reports with a trembling voice, "I'm detecting similar energy signatures across the planet. Thousands of them, beneath the ice." The crew is now confronted with a staggering truth. This was not a lone facility or a failed experiment. This was part of a global effort, and what was once thought to be a failed species had actually built an extensive network of preservation facilities across Earth. Far from the primitive, struggling survivors depicted in the historical records, humanity had been far more resourceful and forward-thinking than anyone had imagined. The reactivation of the stasis pods is a clear signal that humanity's survivors are about to emerge, and what's even more surprising is the level of technology they now possess. These humans are not the same species that once struggled to adapt to their planet's extreme conditions. They have evolved technologically during their long sleep. Automated systems and advanced artificial intelligence have continued to research, innovate, and develop new technologies while humanity slumbered, allowing them to make leaps in advancement that far outstrip the technological capabilities of most galactic civilizations. The humans have emerged not only as survivors, but as a species that has transcended its former limitations. At this moment, Valen begins to realize the political and galactic implications of what she's witnessing. The Zektheri had always seen humanity as a primitive species, one that had failed to survive the natural forces that had shaped their planet. They were considered extinct, their civilization nothing more than a memory. But now, with the emergence of humanity's reactivation technology and the awakening of their survivors, it's clear that humanity is poised to rejoin galactic society in a way no one had expected. They have not only survived extinction, they have thrived in ways that will make them one of the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy. Valen's admiration for humanity's ingenuity begins to mix with apprehension. The fact that humanity had been preparing in secret, advancing their technology, while the rest of the galaxy believed them to be extinct, is both a testament to their brilliance and a potential source of unease. What other advancements have they made in their long sleep? What will be the consequences of their sudden return? These questions weigh heavily on Valen, even as she is compelled to acknowledge that humanity has evolved into something far more powerful than the species once cataloged in the historical archives. This revelation forces Valen to rethink her understanding of Earth and its place in the galaxy. No longer is Earth a tragic example of a failed species, but instead a world that, against all odds, has come back from the brink, ready to assert its presence on a galactic stage where it was once thought to be irrelevant. Valen realizes that humanity is no longer a subject of study or a species to be cataloged. They are a force to be reckoned with. As the ancient facility systems continue to hum with life, the probe's cameras capture an even more remarkable sight. The first humans begin to emerge from their long stasis. These individuals, once preserved in their pods for thousands of years, are now awakening, and their reemergence marks a turning point for the galaxy. For Valen and her crew, it is a moment of both awe and trepidation. The humans that emerge are not the same primitive species that had once been cataloged as extinct. They are vastly more advanced than anything the historical archives had recorded. The galaxy had written them off, but humanity had been quietly preparing for a return, using their time in stasis not just to survive, but to make unprecedented advancements. As the humans slowly stir from their long sleep, it becomes clear that their technological evolution during this period has been nothing short of extraordinary. The technologies that humanity has developed while in stasis far exceed anything that had been imagined for a species that was believed to have perished. Their systems have had millennia to evolve, powered by advanced artificial intelligence and automated research programs that have continued humanity's scientific pursuits during their sleep. While the rest of the galaxy had gone about its business, humanity had been laying the foundation for an incredible return. A return not just to survival, but to dominance. Rex, whose voice still trembles with disbelief, reports that thousands of stasis pods are reactivating across the globe, each containing a person who had been preserved in the hope that one day, Earth's conditions would improve. What's even more remarkable is that these humans are waking up into a world where the vast majority of the planet's technology has been maintained, upgraded, and perfected while they slept. The emergence of these individuals is a crucial moment for the Zek theory and the galaxy as a whole. Far from being a species on the brink of extinction, humanity's ability to anticipate their demise and develop the means to escape it reveals a level of foresight and ingenuity that the galaxy has never before witnessed. The technological advancements humanity has achieved during their slumber are not just impressive, they are game-changing. The humans have perfected their preservation technology to the point where they have emerged from the ice not only unscathed but enhanced. They are now in possession of some of the most advanced technological tools in the galaxy, far outstripping the capabilities of many other galactic civilizations. This creates an unsettling realization for Valen and her crew. Humanity, long considered primitive and doomed, has not only survived but has been silently advancing, preparing for this very moment when they would rejoin galactic civilization. The implications of this return are profound. Humanity will not re-enter the galaxy as equals. They will be entering as a dominant force, with the potential to outpace and surpass even the most established species. As Valen watches the human population reawaken, she is struck by the quiet confidence with which they approach their rebirth. These are not frightened survivors trying to rebuild from nothing. They are a civilization with a clear vision for their future, a species with technological mastery, and a clear understanding of the political and social dynamics of the galaxy. The political landscape will shift dramatically with humanity's return, and Valen begins to consider the chaos it could unleash within the galactic community. The power dynamics that had once been stable are now up for disruption, as humanity's advanced technology and superior strategies could quickly change the balance of power. Moreover, Valen realizes that this sudden reemergence of humanity isn't just a cause for concern due to their newfound power. It is a sign of the immense scale of humanity's ambition. Their long period of slumber wasn't just for survival, it was for advancement. The preservation facilities they constructed, the networks they built beneath the ice, and the artificial intelligence that continued their research, all of these speak to a species that was far from passive. They had been preparing for something grand, and now, as they awake from their long hibernation, the rest of the galaxy will be forced to reckon with their reemergence. The fact that humanity had turned an extinction event into a moment of extraordinary advancement leaves Valen with no doubt. The galaxy will never be the same again. In her final assessment of the situation, Valen acknowledges that humanity's return will not only shake the foundations of the galactic status quo, but will also bring about political upheaval. There is a great deal of uncertainty surrounding what humanity's next steps will be. Will they choose to cooperate with the galactic community, or will they attempt to assert their dominance over other civilizations? Valen knows that whatever the outcome, the era of human weakness and extinction is over. What is about to unfold is the rebirth of a civilization that has not only survived, but has thrived in ways no one could have foreseen. The galaxy will now have to contend with the full force of humanity's potential. As the Zek Theory exploration vessel hovers above Earth, its crew, already shaken by the discovery of the vast, hidden complex beneath the ice, begins to grasp the full scale of humanity's technological leap. The entire civilization of humanity, once thought to have been wiped out by the Great Darkness, has reemerged not only alive but more advanced than any species in the galaxy had anticipated. The technological advancements achieved by humanity during their long period of hibernation are nothing short of revolutionary, and their sudden return will have far-reaching consequences across galactic politics, economics, and military power. Humanity's technological supremacy lies in the unexpected nature of their survival. While the rest of the galaxy believed they had perished, humanity had used the time during their deep slumber to continue their development, relying on automated systems and artificial intelligence to advance their technology in ways that would have been impossible for living beings. What was thought to be an extinction event turned into a calculated period of progress. The result of this period of isolation is that humanity has now emerged with technology so advanced that it surpasses most known civilizations. The systems that powered their survival in stasis, the AI that managed their research and development, and the preservation technologies they developed are only the tip of the iceberg. Humanity's return is marked by the reactivation of facilities with cutting-edge innovations, capabilities that no other galactic species currently possesses. What this means for the galaxy is not only a shift in technological leadership, but also a dramatic realignment of power. The Zektheri and other galactic species had long considered humanity a primitive species, one that had been eliminated by natural forces. This assumption was based on outdated historical records and the belief that the Great Darkness had wiped out any chance of human survival. However, this miscalculation will now have serious consequences. The reality is that humanity's technological capabilities have made them a formidable force that could challenge established powers across the galaxy. With humanity's vast advancements in artificial intelligence, energy production, and stasis technology, they are no longer a species to be underestimated or dismissed as primitive. The political landscape of the galaxy is also bound to be shaken by humanity's return. Valen, the High Marshal of the Zektheri, now understands that the human civilization that is reawakening is not just a survivor of an extinction event. It is a civilization that has evolved beyond what was previously considered possible. Humanity's technological prowess will give them a decisive advantage in any future interactions with galactic powers. The Galactic Council and other governing bodies will have to reconsider their stance on Earth and its people. Once seen as weak and vulnerable, humanity now has the potential to become a central player in galactic politics. Valen recognizes that humanity's return will disrupt the delicate balance of power, and any diplomatic or military response will need to be calculated with great care. On a deeper level, Valen's realization extends beyond the immediate implications of humanity's technological advancements. Humanity's ability to outsmart the forces of nature, to prepare for their extinction rather than succumb to it, speaks to their ingenuity, adaptability, and resilience. These traits make humanity a wild card in the galactic stage, something no species can predict or control. Their sudden reappearance and their capacity to exceed technological boundaries could lead to the rise of a new power center in the galaxy, forcing existing powers to reconsider their alliances and strategies. No longer can humanity be seen as a fringe species. They are now a key player with the ability to disrupt galactic norms. There is also the potential for humanity to bring with them a new wave of innovation. If their technological advancements have been so rapid in isolation, one can only imagine what they will be capable of when reintegrated into galactic society. Their technological breakthroughs could trigger a renaissance in scientific research and development that could benefit many species, but it could also spark competition and fear. The galaxy may now find itself in an arms race to catch up to humanity's advances, or worse, to keep them from gaining too much influence too quickly. The very idea of humanity's return has the potential to stir both hope and fear among the galaxy's existing powers. As Valen and her crew continue to monitor humanity's resurgence, the reality of their potential for greatness is undeniable. Their re-entry into the galaxy, with all the technological marvels they have accumulated, marks the beginning of a new era, one where humanity could redefine its place among the stars. Whether they choose to cooperate with galactic society or pursue their own path of dominance remains uncertain, but one thing is clear. Humanity is no longer the underdog, and their presence will forever alter the course of galactic history. Their technological superiority, once hidden beneath layers of ice, is now a beacon that will change the future for everyone in the galaxy. The final realization for Valen and her crew, as they watch humanity emerge from its long slumber, is not just the awe at their technological superiority, but the uncertainty about what humanity will do with its newfound strength. The galaxy, which once dismissed humanity as a primitive species wiped out by a cosmic disaster, now finds itself at a crossroads. Humanity's return could drastically alter the political and military landscape of the entire galaxy, but what their intentions will be remains a matter of speculation. This uncertainty casts a shadow over the future and leaves Valen with a mixture of awe, apprehension, and concern. While humanity's technological advancements are extraordinary, the question that remains unanswered is how humanity will choose to engage with the rest of the galaxy. Will they adopt a diplomatic stance and attempt to integrate into the galactic community? Or will they assert their dominance, using their newfound power to establish themselves as the leading force in the galaxy? The uncertainty surrounding humanity's intentions is one of the most unsettling aspects of their reemergence. The galaxy had assumed that humanity was doomed to extinction, but now it must confront the reality that humanity is far from weak. They are powerful, resourceful, and potentially unpredictable. Given the history of conflict and competition among galactic species, there is a real fear that humanity, having survived extinction and thrived in isolation, may have no interest in peaceful cooperation. Valen, as High Marshal, understands the gravity of this situation. Her initial admiration for humanity's ingenuity gives way to a deeper concern. The technological advancements they have achieved over thousands of years of isolation could make them formidable competitors or adversaries on the galactic stage. The balance of power in the galaxy, which had been relatively stable up until this point, is now in jeopardy. If humanity decides to use their new technological superiority to challenge existing powers, the results could be catastrophic. The Galactic Council and other governing bodies may find themselves unable to effectively respond to this unexpected challenge, especially given humanity's ability to outsmart traditional methods of warfare and diplomacy. Adding to the complexity is humanity's history of survival. Their ability to adapt and innovate in the face of adversity is legendary. Throughout their history, humans have been pushed to the brink of extinction multiple times, but have always found a way to overcome even the most impossible odds. This resilience is now ingrained in their culture, and their strategic thinking reflects this. Humanity's ability to anticipate threats, plan long-term, and execute with precision suggests that they may have already formulated a strategy for how they intend to re-enter galactic affairs. The galaxy may be caught off guard, forced to play catch-up with a species that has been preparing for this moment for millennia. This level of foresight is something that many other galactic powers have never had to consider. However, despite the potential for conflict, there is also a possibility that humanity may choose to engage peacefully. The advancements they've made during their slumber were not solely for the purpose of military dominance. They could very well be seeking to re-establish connections with other galactic civilizations. There is an opportunity for a new chapter in galactic diplomacy, where humanity could leverage their technological prowess to assist in the growth and development of other species. This could lead to mutually beneficial collaborations, advancing technologies, and improving life for countless civilizations. However, this peaceful integration will depend heavily on how humanity is received by the galaxy and how they choose to present themselves. Valen, though worried about the potential for political upheaval and military conflict, cannot deny the respect she feels for humanity's ingenuity and resolve. The question that lingers is whether humanity will seek a dominant role in the galaxy, or whether they will take on the role of a mentor, helping other species reach the heights they have attained. In either case, their return has profound implications for galactic politics. Valen's final assessment is one of caution and respect. Humanity has survived extinction, transcended its limitations, and is now a force that cannot be ignored. But the future remains uncertain. The galaxy's response to humanity's return, as well as humanity's response to the galaxy, will define the next era of galactic history. The stage is set for a new order, but how it unfolds will depend on the choices humanity makes as they re-enter the galactic stage. In the end, the most unsettling aspect for Valen and her crew is the realization that humanity, having survived their near extinction, is no longer the underdog in the galaxy. Their technological advancements, intelligence, and sheer will to survive have made them a potential force for either good or ill. The galaxy will need to carefully navigate their return, as it is impossible to predict which path humanity will choose.